Everyone has been saying that Man City need to make signings in this January transfer window, and well, they've started to do just that. They just completed the signing of 20-year-old centre-back Abdukodir Khusanov, which will make him the first player from Uzbekistan to play in the Premier League. But we know that a lot of you don't even know who this kid is. Some of you had never even heard his name before he was linked to Man City, so in this video, we'll tell you all about him and why we think his signing might be a revolutionary one for Pep Guardiola's side. This is why Abdukodir Khusanov is perfect for Manchester City. Khusanov was born in Uzbekistan and, as expected, he started out his youth career in the country. But in 2023, at the age of 19, he moved to France after signing a 4-year deal with Lens. That made him the first Uzbek player to ever play in the French Ligue 1. Later that year, he became the youngest Uzbek player to ever play in the Champions League after he came off the bench against Arsenal in a group stage game to make his European debut. That season, Lens finished third in their Champions League group, which meant that they went down to the Europa League. So Khusanov also became the youngest Uzbek player to ever play in the Europa League. Obviously, being his first season in Europe, the teenager wasn't a starter straight away, but he ended up playing 16 games in the 23-24 season for Lens. Of these 16 games he played, he only lost 5, and one of them was in extra time in the Europa League. In each of the first 2 league games where he played a full 90 minutes, he helped Lens keep clean sheets. Then, that summer, he went to the Olympics with Uzbekistan and gave a good account of himself. Despite playing against teams like Spain and Egypt, he wasn't dribbled past even once throughout the tournament. He was also in the top 10 for most clearances at the Olympics, despite not even making it to the knockout rounds. Even in the Liga 1, he stands out. In the first half of the 24-25 season, he played 13 games and was in the top 3 for most interceptions among defenders in the French top flight. He also boasted a pretty impressive passing accuracy of 89% and was dribbled past only 4 times. We're sure that you can already see why he's perfect for Manchester City. He might not be the most technical player, but he's a pretty decent passer, is comfortable with the ball at his feet and can easily progress the ball. But Khusanov's strengths are his speed and aggressiveness. Some say those attributes aren't exactly great for a Pep defender, but they're looking at it all wrong because, in fact, that's what makes Khusanov perfect. With Kyle Walker pretty much already done at this level, Manchester City lack a right-footed, pacey defender who can act like a sweeper when the team's playing really high. That is exactly what Khusanov can be for Guardiola. Any team who pushes up the pitch needs a defender like this. Liverpool have Van Dijk, Spurs have Van de Ven, Barcelona have Araujo, and even Real Madrid have Rudiger. But City have been lacking this element in their game for most of this season, and it's led to them being exposed at the back on several occasions. Khusanov will solve that to a large extent. He's also a very intelligent player, which is why his interception numbers are usually so high. He reads the game brilliantly and makes sure he's where he's supposed to be exactly when he's supposed to be there. He reads, steps up at just the perfect time, and breaks up opposition play with timely interceptions. And let's not forget what this kid looks like. He's a 6'1" 20-year-old who's built like an absolute unit. He's really good in the air, and we imagine that would be a plus for City both in defense and attack. And hey, he might still grow a couple more inches in the next few years. And then there is the two-edged sword, his aggressiveness. Khusanov is a no-nonsense defender who's never scared to put his life on the line for his team. In that way, he's quite old school, as he doesn't even mind bleeding for his team. This can be really good for Manchester City because it's something they definitely need. In Gvardiol, Akanji, Rico Lewis and Stones, they have one too many technical defenders. Their only no-nonsense defenders are Ruben Dias and Nathan Ake, who have been largely unavailable this season because of injuries. Also, Ake turns 30 in February, so it's surely wise to start preparing for life after him. With most of their defenders usually looking to play out from the back with neat passing and cute turns, City need a guy like Khusanov who's always ready to go in for a tackle or just boot the ball out when required. However, his aggressiveness can be a problem as it sometimes gets him into trouble. For example, in the game against PSG this season, Khusanov was sent off for a rough tackle on Hakimi, and in the game against Dominican Republic at the Olympics, he caused a penalty. As a young player who's still very eager, he's bound to make mistakes like this, but we believe that a good system and a top manager will be able to maximise his strengths and minimise his weaknesses. After all, Sergio Ramos got a lot of red cards and caused a lot of penalties in his career and is still regarded as one of the greatest centre-backs the sport has ever seen. So Khusanov just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and we're confident that he'll become a top defender, especially now that he'll be playing under Pep Guardiola. Essentially, if you're a Manchester City fan who had never heard of Abdukodir Khusanov before his signing, this is a player to be excited about. He's young, fast, aggressive, good in the air, confident, intelligent, and very fearless. He will fit right into the Premier League. Do you think that he'll do well in England, or are you one of the pessimists who thinks he'll be a flop? Share your thoughts in the comments. But this is just one of several signings Manchester City should be making this January. What player do you think that they should sign next? Drop the name in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on amazing content like this. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.